How's it going, Rogues Gallery, and welcome to another, well, it's going to be a Magic the Gathering video today. It's going to be discussing what I think of the current state of Magic the Gathering and Wizards of the Coast, because this is something that I still keep an eye on. Let's talk about Magic today. If you like the channel, if you like what I do here, please subscribe. I have a lot of affiliate links and a lot of stuff down below. If you are watching this and you don't typically watch what I do, I'm mostly a Flesh and Blood channel. And by mostly, I mean like 99%, but I also do other stuff like Grand Archive, and maybe even some sorcery. But yeah, let's get talking here. If you want to hear me talk more about Magic, well, we'll talk about that in the future. It's not going to be here on RedZone Rogue, for the most part. So, what do I think of Wizards of the Coast and Magic here in 2023? I hate them. I do. I hate what it has become. I hate the direction it's going. I don't hate the developers, right? I don't hate the, the creative team or the people like actively working on it who are just pouring their passion into this. I actually respect them quite a bit. But we can talk about whether the design is on point or not these days. That's not what I have an issue with. What I have an issue with is the people running the company, Hasbro, the high-up executives at Wizards of the Coast, who are directing the game and the franchise in ways that I personally don't agree with, and in some cases that I find absolutely reprehensible, like in the case of the Pinkertons showing up at some small YouTuber's door, kicking down their door, not actually kicking down their door, but banging on their door, and then seizing these early, these cards that they got early. And the funniest part is like people are really like down on the set too. It's like not even like really good cards. It's just like a kind of thing. But I mean, the fact that Wizards of the Coast hired the literal Pinkertons says a lot about the company, right? And not in good ways. There are so many other avenues to go to reclaim these cards. You don't have to hire like literally the bad guys in everything that they're in, right? They're the bad guys in Red Dead Redemption. They're the bad guys in like BioShock Infinite. Like Booker DeWitt has like trauma because he is a former like Pinkerton agent. So anyway, like I don't like what they're doing. And I don't think that's a hot take, because they seem like they're trying to be the most evil company in the trading card game space. It's actually kind of insane. I'm gonna elevate that, not in the trading card game space, in the tabletop gaming space, because we also have the D&D stuff that was going on. Like it's insane. They have like the D&D stuff that was happening with I don't remember exactly what it was called, but it was basically like this horrible money grabby thing where they're making it so like it's hard for people to make their own mods and stuff. Like it was insane. And then they also did the Magic 30 thing, which I know much more about that. And yeah, that's pretty crap. Selling like, proxy cards for $1,000 is absolutely insane. And then now we have this Pinkerton thing, and it's just like just one after another. Like it's just the people who are like diehard Magic fans, it's gotta be rough. And then on top of that, they're just like cramming you with set after secret layer after thing. They're just like bam, 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 bam. It's just like constantly, like I see it on my feed because, I don't follow a lot of like Magic things particularly, but just a lot of the people that I know and I'm friends with are really passionate about it, even though that my passion has more or less waned in the years. And we're going to talk about that actually, because I've recently had a desire to play Magic, but I don't want to support Wizards of the Coast. No. I want to play Magic with my friends because it's a game that I really like and that I grew up with, and that it's nostalgia. It's nostalgic for me, but also like I love Eternal formats. Magic has such a huge card pool, which I think is its greatest strength, is that in Eternal formats you have so many options to play whatever you want to play. And I think that's really Magic's greatest strength. Yeah, it's this interesting thing. It's this weird dichotomy between like I don't want to support this reprehensible company, and once again I don't want to put that ire onto the developers and the people on the creative team and that kind of stuff. I don't think it's their fault. They're just there trying to do their best. I think it's the the higher ups' faults. I think the game is just not run well, right? It's not the Peter Atkinson days, of yore, like when I played competitive Magic when I was a kid and stuff. So it's it's this really interesting thing, and like I said, it really dawned on me maybe a couple days ago that I don't need to like or support a company like Wizards of the Coast to enjoy a product that I already own. Like, I literally own 10 Commander decks, and I have a Modern deck, and I have enough to build like a really sick Canadian Highlander deck, and I have Oathbreaker, and I have a ton of Magic decks already built, right? That, you know, back from when I played a lot more, I was really into Magic, and I don't need to support this company in order to enjoy this with my friends, right? I don't even need to buy new cards. I have enough stuff that I could just play these eternal formats, casual formats, even more competitive ones like Canadian Highlander. I don't need to buy stuff from Wizards in order to enjoy this, right? In fact, if I wanted to buy new cards, I'm not even cutting myself off from buying new cards at all. If I wanted to buy new cards, I'd just go and buy singles from a store that I respect, right? Maybe a store that carries games that I really believe in, like Flesh and Blood or Grand Archive, like that, and support them so they can keep the lights on, right? If I want to buy like a, you know, Gaia's Cradle, maybe I'll go buy one from a store, you know, local store or an online one that I really respect. And to that end, I want to play a little bit, right? And I want to make videos because I really enjoy making videos. You know, it is my full-time job, but it's also a hobby of mine. I enjoy making videos. It's why I do it to begin with. But I don't want to cross-pollinate these things, and I understand that a lot of people who play Flesh and Blood are here because they're sick of Magic. I'm also sick of, well, I'm sick of Wizards of the Coast. I'm not entirely sick of the gameplay of Magic, but I'm absolutely fed up with Wizards of the Coast. So to that end, I'm not going to be posting any Magic content other than this, I guess, here on RedZone Rogue. But I do have an old Magic the Gathering YouTube channel that you might not know about called RedZone MTG. And I've recently overhauled the channel to have an aesthetic that I really, that really resonates with me. So I'm using a lot of old school artwork and motifs, you know, got some Mark Tedin art up on the channel banner. And for the gameplay video that you can watch right now, it's literally out right now. It's a gameplay video of 1v1 Commander with me against my buddy Az. I'm going to be playing my favorite, or one of my favorite decks of all time, Maelstrom Wanderer. And yeah, I pulled out some cards. I just recorded the intro for that video. Here's some cool cards that I have for. Here's a Defense of the Heart, one of my favorite cards of all time. We got Vesuvan, and then we have this Japanese scroll rack. But yeah, you can literally go watch a video over on RedZone MTG right now. 1v1 Commander, me versus my buddy Az. And we're not only going to be doing Commander there, we might do Canadian Highlander, we might do Modern or other formats or whatever that I want. But, you know, sometimes I want to play Magic, and I like making videos. And so these two things are going to coincide, and I'm going to put those on that channel, RedZone MTG, which currently already has about 1,000 subscribers or so. Some of the videos there have a lot of views because, you know, it's been 3 years since I've uploaded to there, so they've had a little while to accrue some views. But anyway, my point with this is that these are my general thoughts about Magic the Gathering right now, and I don't like what the company. We haven't even talked about like the Universes Beyond stuff. We haven't even talked about like the Secret Lair stuff. There's so much that I just don't agree with. Secret Lair's fine. It's fine for the most part. Over on RedZone MTG, it's just gonna be a gameplay of me playing some Magic with some of my friends. And, you know, I'm going to polish it up, make it look pretty nice. Not crazy, not super crazy, but, you know, same kind of quality of gameplay videos you might see on here. The same kind of quality of gameplay videos you might see me make for places like, or companies like Legend Story Studios and Flesh and Blood. And probably not super often, less than once a week. You know, maybe a couple times a month. Some Commander, maybe some Highlander, maybe even weird Modern, or I think Jumpstart would be a lot of fun, like the Jumpstart that just came out last year. That could be a lot of fun. So yeah, these are all my thoughts. I'm very curious to know what your thoughts are down below. I can probably guess what a lot of folks are going to say too, because, you know, I'm there with you. I know a lot of people who quit Magic the Gathering for Flesh and Blood, and I don't blame you at all. But for me, this is just a thing that I never sold my cards, and I like playing the game. And so even if I don't agree with the company, if I actually, you know, hate the company like I do, I hate what they've done to this game that I really love and grew up with, you know, why not? why not? I have all this stuff already, and I just want to play and have some fun. So if you are interested in that, go check out RedZone MTG. I will have a link in the description down below. If you're not, that's cool too. Maybe subscribe to here, RedZone Rogue, where I talk about Flesh and Blood and Grand Archive, mostly Flesh and Blood, but we sprinkle in some other indie games like Grand Archive, maybe some sorcery here and there. And, you know, that's going to continue to be my main focus and my main passion. But like I said, every now and then, I want to play some Magic. Maybe I want to play some Highlander. Maybe I want to, you know, play with my Reanimator, my modern Reanimator deck. If I want to bust out my Marin Dark Depths Commander deck, which is something that I definitely want to play on video because it's really cool. It's a Dark Depths deck, and the whole point of the deck is to get Merit Lodge out and then Berserk Merit Lodge or Giver Infect. Oh, it's so good. It's so much fun. So to that end, thank you so much for watching and for being here for this. I would appreciate it if you liked the video, subscribed, commented down below. And you know what? If all the other stuff that I said, if you're still into Magic, you're still kind of down with it a little bit, maybe go check out RedZone MTG, down below. Like I said, I literally have a new video out right now, today, that you can go watch of me playing my buddy Az, and it's good fun. And that's kind of the point of that channel. It's all for the fun of the gathering is the new slogan for RedZone MTG. So thank you so much for watching, everyone. Very curious to hear your opinions down below. That was a weak snap. There we go. We'll see you next time.